touch this. Okay, buddy. Hello everyone. Just a few minutes early, so I'm just going to set everything up. Mikey's running around, by the way. Say again, love? No, I'm online now. It's alright. Okay. So this is only the second one that we've done so far. Obviously, just letting people get used to it. So let people log on. Got a few announcements to make about the live streaming and also the way that we're going to handle communicating with you as well. And then after that, I will answer any questions that you might have. I'm just going to use my phone so that I can see who is on. Mikey's been a little terror tonight, love him to bits, but wow, since we got back off the of holding him, because we had quite a little bit of time away from him, he's been, I think he's been crying out for us a little bit, so we try to spend as much time as we can with him at the moment. Okay, coming up to 8 o'clock, we said we'd start at 8. Let people on Facebook know that we're live. Okay, hello Melissa, can see your comment there, hope you're okay. Just bear with me, just get everything set up. Hello Amy, hope you're okay. Hello Lindsay. Hello Melissa, good to see you all logging in. We're just going to hang around just for another minute or two, just going to wait for a few more people. I got my little boy running around like mad, so please excuse me if he comes and jumps on me or jumps around here. We'll just crack on. I know that a lot of you have got experience with that as well. Just give it another minute or two. Just while we are waiting, team, it would be great if you could let me know that you can hear me okay. If you see me keep looking up, at the moment I've not got my setup just quite right. At the moment my monitors are there, so if you see me looking up, I'm not rolling my eyes or anything, I'm just trying to see if anyone's commenting. That's where my screens are, so at the moment I'm trying to use the phone as well, just to make sure everything's working right. Once we've got everything smoothed out, the operation should be a little bit better. It's all brand new, you're the first people to be using this with me. It's absolutely brand new. I've not advertised it in any way yet at this moment in time, so there's only a handful of you using this right now. I think we've got it, touch wood, better than we had it a few months ago, so it's working. I can see your names and hopefully you can hear me. If one of you would just comment just saying yes I can hear you, that'd be amazing please, and then I'll crack on. So Melissa, thank you, saying I can hear you, thank you. Thank you guys. And Lindsay saying yes, sounds good. Okay, so before we start anything, you can all line questions up, go for it, by all means. But before we do start this, I'm just going to let you know how it's going to work. So if you do scroll up now on your screen, yes, I'll go away from you for a second, maybe that's not a bad thing. Just scroll to the top of your screen. Can you see there's an image just above this video? If you have a little look at that, if you can zoom, I have to zoom in if I'm on my phone. If you're on a desktop, you should see it. That's how the live stream section now looks on the website. So we've launched that today. You'll need to go to the, you don't need to do this now by the way, but when you've come out of here, if you go to the exercise section on the GymCube website, it will now say live interactive classes. Next to that it will say 600 plus workout videos, they're the pre-recorded. Then it will say step-by-step training plans. Just so you're aware, they are getting worked on behind the scenes. I've been listening to you while I've been away. Sounds like a lot of you enjoyed the 21-day plan, but you didn't enjoy that much the Richard Kelly 30-day plan, which is a little bit older. So one of my things on my to-do list is to revisit that area, and I'm going to update a lot of those. It's going to take me a little bit of time, it won't take me a day or a week, so bear with me. But those step-by-step training plans are going to be a big focus of my attention. And that's somewhere where you can dive in and do 30-day plans, 7-day plans, 21-day plans, because you can be consistent with me and then you can go in and decide to do something a bit different. That's how it's going to start evolving. And then you've also got exercise guide as well, so that's members only. You can go in there, that'll explain how to do things like squats and stuff like that. At the moment I think there's about 250 exercises we've taken so far, over 1,000 images, so we've managed to upload about a quarter of them. So the team are just uploading them every week, more and more and more, so that'll just keep growing and growing and growing. So much work going on behind the scenes, everything's just going to keep getting better and better and better. There's definitely been some improvements now that the search function is on there. That's the symbol in the top. I'll show you on my phone. Can you see next to the Reebok sign, there's the magnifying glass symbol, that's your search button. These are your notifications, the bell there. So right now, Melissa, Lindsay, Amy, you can all actually make friends. So what you would do is, so you would click onto the friends section, which is here in the top right hand corner. You see it says friends, and you can search for friends in there. So it gives a little bit of feedback. You can all make friends with each other. I think it's alright. It seems to be some slight little minor bugs which the team are working on. I've been told they're like a matter of weeks away, but we're keeping going, we're building and building and building. Guys, we've got around about 12 months plans of projects all mapped out, paid for in deposits. There's so much more to come. This is an ongoing train and you're on it. You're some of the first people to be with me on this journey. And all I want to do is keep making it better to help you. That's the whole point of GymCube. This is your site. This is not my site. I've built this for you so that I can train you. You are paying members. So keep giving me the feedback. Let me know how I can make it better. Because this is all I want to do, is just make GymCube better and better and better and better. So this is how the live streams are going to work. And there's reasons for it. So basically, up until me and Cherie started getting close to the wedding, so January, February, March, April, so 4 solid months, we pretty much day in, day out through the weekday was dedicated to doing the live stream 6:30 AM. Now we have got no intention of stopping doing live streams. We're going to keep doing the live streams. We have to, we must, we need to do them in an ever so slightly different way. So I would like to hope that you can see it from our point of view. Actually put quite a lot of strain on us with the kids as well. We were struggling a little bit. We was having to sneak downstairs. Sometimes the kids were waking up. There were a few times that Mikey was a bit scared. He didn't know where we were and things like that. And it's not quite just right. And then there's times where we're away and we're trying to do them in hotel rooms and the signal's no good and so on and so on and so on. And then we're letting you down. People are getting up at 6 in the morning, 6:30 in the morning, and the stream's not going out because I couldn't get it working properly in a hotel in Newcastle or wherever I was. So, while we've been away, me and Cherie, we've talked about it a lot. What would Cherie like? I've been listening to a lot of you. I've not been letting you know I was there. I've been listening to what you've been saying, like Jill, some of her comments, Joe Wickham, some of her comments. I was just watching what you were saying, and I feel like a lot of you sometimes kind of just want to be told what to do. So it's not so much the live stream or the workout, it's just getting up and someone telling you what to do. That's like the beauty of going to a class in a gym. You don't have to think. You're not going there and thinking, right, I have to do this, I have to do that. You're just getting told what to do and you just do it. You know, everyone just wants to burn calories, get rid of excess fat off the body. You know, you're not pro bodybuilders just about to get on stage. You're not athletes getting ready to do a marathon for the Olympic gold or anything like that. You just want to get the job done, in, out, maximum optimization for losing fat in the shortest amount of time, yes or no? So, what we're going to do, instead of how it's been from January up until the end of April, we had a timetable that was fixed, and whatever happened, me and Cherie tried our best to be there, and we damn well did around about 95% of those workouts over those 4 months. And it was difficult to sustain that with everything going on with the family and everything. So, we want to stop doing that. We want to stop with the fixed, strict timetable of us doing the live streams. What we would like to do in order to help you better, we think this is going to provide you with a better service, is every week, Cherie and I release to you what we're going to do. Okay? So we understand that a lot of you want to train at 6:30 in the morning. There's a lot of people who want to train at lunchtime. There's a lot of people who want to train at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's very difficult to cater for everybody. So we started thinking about doing live streams at night, live streams during the day, live streams during the morning. And what we decided was best to do is we listened to a lot of you saying that you didn't mind if you could do it on catch up. So it makes the most sense for us to put the live streams out in the morning, because then someone at lunchtime can watch the morning live stream, someone at night time can watch the morning live stream, and so on and so on. So we're going to keep doing the live streams at 6:30 AM in the morning. However, if I'm away in London, we're going to give you a challenge. If Cherie is ill one morning and I have to look after the kids because she's ill, so I have to get up with them and I have to make them the breakfast and get them ready for nursery, then we're going to give you a challenge. So all of that will be ready there. Like say there's a last minute thing, we'll have a challenge there ready for you. So the intention is, over the weekend, we put out to you via email, via social media, via the website, the timetable for the week. So for example, this week now, we've released the timetable on the website. So right now, it says in the exercise section on the live class timetable, the live interactive classes, it shows this now. It shows, so I'll just show you on the phone. So that's the section there, and it actually shows, you see, that's what we're watching now. The live online coaching with me at 8 p.m, been a long day guys. Then you'll see tomorrow, we're gonna do a live class tomorrow. So we're gonna do 90, 60, 30 workout because we've been off for quite some time and a lot of you have as well. So we're going to do the workout that gets everything all in one go. So we're going to do 90, 60, 30 at 6:30 in the morning live. So me and Cherie are going to be live. Then Cherie's away in London on the Wednesday. Okay, I have to get the kids up, look after them. Okay, so on Wednesday we've done a challenge, and me and Cherie have gone through and we've selected a HIIT workout, and we're going to challenge you to do it. At that time there, you go on just as if it's live, and all of you guys will do it at 6:30. I see a lot of you saying, are you there, are you there? You all comment to prove that you've still done the workout, okay? The same is for Thursday because Cherie's away. We've chosen abs and ass for that day. And then Friday, Cherie's back. Everything's back to normal, and we're going to do another live stream at 6:30. So that is how it's going to be. Every single week for the next month, we're going to run with that, and we're going to see how you all like it. We want to see what you think. We want to get the feedback from you. Is it working? We're just going to try and keep you going as best as we can, and we're going to keep ourselves going as well. We never want to stop training, so you're training with us. When Cherie's in the hotel room, she's going to try and do the workout. So that's the plan. Let me know what you think. Let's read a few comments at the moment. I can't see it properly from my screen there, so I'm going to go to the phone. So what do you think of that initial announcement there? So, hello Lindsay. Hi Amy, seeing your hi comments. Hello Melissa. So Melissa's saying sounds good. Amy, looks great. I like the idea of plans as well as classes. I need all the direction I can get. Yep, so we're just going to keep doing plans. I'm going to talk about that even more after I've just read these. Melissa's saying very exciting. That's good to hear. Just refresh. And then Lindsay's saying good idea, so I'm glad about that. Alright, so it's sounding like that's well received, so good. Melissa sounds perfectly reasonable to me. I often wondered how you sustain such a strict timetable. Look, we can, we'll do it, we'll do whatever we can, but it's not fair as much on the kids, because it's not like we're going into a professional studio in the middle of Manchester and we've got babysitters looking after kids. We're just like you, we're doing this for real, okay? So obviously, if you want, those of you that have got kids, sometimes you all know you can sneak downstairs and you can get away with it and you can do the workout. Sometimes you get downstairs and the baby starts crying. You can't carry on your workout, can you? You just can't. That's where your A, B, C plans come in. So, what Cherie and I do when that happens, when we're away from Gym Cube and we want to train ourselves, thankfully we're a partnership. If one of us wakes up and the other one wakes up and the kids are crying, one of us will let the other person do the workout. However, if you're a single parent, sometimes Cherie's away, that makes me a single parent for 2 or 3 days. Sometimes I'm away, that makes Cherie a single parent for 2 or 3 days. What we'll tend to do is we'll live by the ABC rule. So the plan A is to do your 6:30 AM workout. Now, if something happens, the kids start screaming hysterically, it's just not fair to leave them alone, then you plan a workout. Normally you'd stress about it, wouldn't you? But I can't do it, I can't do this. You need to remove that stress away from you, and you have a plan B. You just think, right, I can't do it. I can't do my plan A workout at 6:30 AM. No stress, I've got my backup. Now you might have then planned to do it on your lunch break. If it's impossible to do it on your lunch break, you might have planned to do it as soon as you get home from work. You've took your kit with you because you had it ready for you in the morning, and you're gonna finish work and you're gonna do your workout straight away before you pick the kids. You're just gonna get 15-20 minutes done, whatever it may be. You're not gonna go get the kids, get the tea ready, then do it. That's plan C. So if that doesn't work, where you get home and you can't do it straight away, then your last opportunity is before you go to bed at night. If it's failed, day's done, move on, get on with the next day. So that's that. Now we're going to talk about plans. I need something to wipe my whiteboard. If I haven't got anything, you'll have to bear with me. 1 second, bear with me. I'm back. Okay, so let me just use this whiteboard to explain this. By the way, if you've got any questions, guys, hit me with them because I can see them here. If you want to know anything at all, if you need any help personally tonight, just let me know. I'm only going to be here for about another 15 minutes. So now's the time to start asking questions, okay? So make sure you can see that properly. We'll get rid of this. Right, now in terms of the lifestyle of doing the live classes with me and the way of eating and all the things that I've taught those of you that have been with me a while now, and for those of you that have just joined recently, the live streams are there as an option. We try and put them out every weekday that we can, and obviously you've got 600 recorded videos on the website if you don't fancy a live stream one morning. If out of the 5 that we try and put out per week, one of them you don't like, you skip that one and you go to a workout on the website instead. There's over 600 to choose from there. And listen, I'm not saying that the world is about GymCube. Maybe you like a DVD that you bought 10 years ago. There's nothing wrong with doing that. There's nothing really out there that I rubbish. They've all got their own place. If you like a dance class, do it. If you like one of the insane workouts, do them. Just do whatever you want to. You just got to keep moving, okay? So you're consistent. You're trying to be consistent. These are with us, okay? This is your line of consistency. Now, say for example here, you go on holiday and we carry on while you're on holiday. You don't do anything, you drop off. You come back from your holiday and you feel a bit rubbish, and sometimes it's difficult to get back into the live streams or whatever it may be. You can jump straight back in, that's fine. Some people like to do that. But my intention is the step-by-step plans, which I would not say are completely 100% ready right this second now. Some of them, like the 21-day plan is mapped out nicely, but they're all going to have massive improvements. You might decide to pick a phase of time where here you decide to do a plan. You might do a 21-day plan. Once you finish the plan, you jump back on the live streams with us again. Then you might do 2 months worth of live streams with us, staying with us. Then you might get a bit bored, might fancy something a bit different, so you mix it up again and you do another plan. And it's all about, that's the key word, keep mixing it up, keeping yourself interested. When you get a bit bored, you do something different. When you start to reach plateau where you don't change as much anymore, it's probably because your body's got used to it. You need to mix it up a little bit. And that you could keep doing the same workouts, but you need to work a bit harder. Maybe you're wearing a heart rate monitor that's counting calories. Should you be trying to up the ante and burn more? Has your fitness, your strength improved so you can start working a bit harder, start going a bit deeper with a squat? Maybe you can start introducing jumps in there if you feel that you're conditioned to do that. Can you bring some weights into it, start using some dumbbells and things? So these are all the things to improve. And then obviously mixing it all up with different plans and different programs. So Amy's just put a comment on there. So let's see what Amy's saying. I've recently gone through a lot of upheaval and my exercise has become existent, as I was presume that says non-existent, apart from walking the dog. I go away on 8th of August and feel like my goals are completely unachievable now. 8th of August, no, you've got plenty of time. I've got 6 weeks. Are there any plans I could focus on as well as getting back into the live classes? Yes. So, what we'll do, Amy, I will message you after this and we'll have a little chat about it and we'll discuss your goals, because right at this moment, right this second, right now, I don't know enough about you to advise what you want to be doing. I don't know what your exact goal is, I don't know what your level is and things like that, so I'll ask you a few questions and I'll give you a little bit of advice. But wow, 8th of August, you definitely got enough time. You got more than 6 weeks as well. It's the 12th today, you won't be far off. 8 weeks, at least 7. I think that works out about 8 weeks. About 7-8 weeks. So you can achieve amazing stuff in that time. And also, Amy, pretty sure we've had quite a lot over the last couple of months, but I'm pretty sure you sent some absolutely amazing before and after pictures. So you did some fantastic work January, February, March, and into April. Amy, there's that's not much time ago, okay? If you feel like you've maybe slipped off a little bit, that's going to happen again and again and again in your life. You're not an athlete, you're not getting paid to sustain at an athletic level, okay? things will happen in your life, and I'm speaking to everybody now. This is just the reality of things. No one will stick to a diet for the rest of their life, 365 days a year, year after year after year after year. No one is going to have absolute perfection every single day, year after year after year. Things happen, good things happen, bad things happen. This is life. Sometimes we get upset, sometimes we get sad. This causes us to change things that are happening in our current lifestyle. We get derailed. Sometimes we get happy, sometimes we might have passed exams and gone out celebrating. We might have just got married and gone on a honeymoon and a stag do and things like that. We will all, every single one of us, all of you who are here right now, Amy, Lindsay, Melissa, will all fall off track every now and then. It's going to happen to all of us. Happens to me, happens to you all. The trick is just to get back on that road as quickly as possible. You've had a bit of a lull. Now you just need that motivation to get back onto it. What I would advise you to do to trigger that motivation is start doing things that you really, really like. If you start doing things that you don't like, it's hard to really get going. I would definitely take all your progress pictures right now and just call this day one. You've got things from the past, that's great. They can be used to motivate you to look at, think, right, I want to get back there. But I would class this as day one right now, not Monday, next week, not waiting until the beginning of July. Right now, right here, right now. Go get them done as soon as you can. Get your pictures taken from the front, the side, and the back. Do your measurements. Look at your week. Start planning it. Start thinking, right, that's when I can do my workouts. Book them in as meetings. If you had a doctor's appointment, you would get that booked in your diary and you would not miss it. You write on your calendar, whatever it may be, that how you live your life. I personally use my calendar in my phone. If you had a dentist or a doctor's appointment, it would go in then, you would damn well not miss it unless something was really urgent. It has to be the same with your workouts. You are not going to lose fat off your body by magic. You have to move, you have to burn calories, and you have to improve your eating as best as you can. I preach this time and time again. You can eat ice cream and lose weight if your calories are below what you need in a day. All the different foods that you eat, your fats, your proteins, your carbohydrates, all they do is make you feel a certain way. Fat, protein, carb, having one more or less than the other is not what makes you lose fat. It is the calories, it's under your calorie zone that makes you lose fat. Your proteins, your fats and your carbs are what make you feel good. So most of the time, 80 to 90% of the time, you want to be in a calorie deficit. If you're really going for it and you're really strict, I would say 90% of the time, try and be below your calorie deficit by about 10-20%. 80 to 90% of the time, try and eat the protein, fats and carbs that make you feel the best. Now over time, this shouldn't end up being confusing over time. You start to learn, you start to understand. If you can count to 1, 2 and 3, then you can understand protein, fats and carbs. It's 3 of them, proteins, fats and carbs. Proteins, lean meats, fish, eggs, carbohydrates. You've got 2 different types. You've got your fruits, your vegetables, but then you've also got your grains and your starches. So you've got like potatoes, sweet potatoes, rices, pastas, breads. Then you've got your fats. Now your fats can be things like extra virgin olive oil, coconut butter, grass-fed butter, oily fish, which can cross over into obviously then proteins and fats. So once you start to learn, right, I've had a bowl of Special K this morning, which is carbohydrates, and I've crashed at 2 hours after I've had it, you should then recognise, right, that wasn't the best for me. Then another morning you might have had sausages, really good quality sausages, and eggs, all cooked in, grilled the sausages and cooked the eggs in, say, butter. You've had that, so you've had a high protein, high fat breakfast, and you might have been on fire till lunchtime. Okay, so the foods, you might be thinking Special K is better for you than sausage and eggs. For some people it's not. It makes them feel better. I have eggs and sausages pretty much most mornings. I feel great off them. I have a bowl of porridge and I'll fall flat. Other people I know have porridge and they're on fire. So you've got to work out what's right for you, what mix is right for you. Then you start thinking, right, I know that I react best off a higher protein, higher fat breakfast in the morning. 80 to 90% of the time, that's what you want to be having. So then you start to think, right, I know what protein is, so what's my protein? I know what fats are, so what do I cook them with, or what do I have with them? So for example, you could have smoked salmon and scrambled eggs cooked in coconut butter. That would be a high fat, high protein breakfast. If you're carbohydrate and you're happy with that, you could have a bowl of porridge, and as you jump in the car, you have a boiled egg. That's your protein and your carbohydrates for breakfast. Then you start to build up breakfasts that you try and like, and then you start to rotate them. I probably have about a dozen breakfasts that I rotate round. I don't have 365 breakfasts. I don't have a different breakfast every single morning. I probably have probably 3 or 4 of the breakfasts week in, week out, week in, week out. Sometimes I have a bowl of crunching up cornflakes just to mix it all up because I get bored out of my head. So I want something cold and crunchy and something a bit different. So 80 to 90% of the time, you need to have figured out what works for you, what makes you feel good. Have all those meals in that 80 to 90% of the time, and keep your calories under the 10% to 20% zone, and you will lose fat off your body. If you can be consistent, you will lose fat off your body. It's inconsistency where you won't lose. So let me just read this up here. There's quite a few people commented there. Let me get it on my phone so I can scroll. Bear with me, team. I hope all that helped, by the way. Right, let me move down. So Amy, I did, but now I feel like I'm back to my before picture. Get back on it then. Get back on it. So this year so far, let's use me as an example. I've felt in decent shape at certain periods, and then there's been times, and you're talking, having a picture done 1 week, and I'm feeling pretty ripped, 6-pack, chest is out. I'm not talking 4 months later, I'm talking like 10 days, 2 weeks later. I've been on a holiday, I've got back, I've took a picture, and my belly's out a little bit, I feel bloated, I feel like I'm smaller in my arms and stuff. So change can happen quite quickly. Look at Christmas. Sometimes you can be smashing it September, October, November, feeling really good. Going to Christmas, indulge a little bit, have some alcohol and not train properly, and you can feel a bit podgy or a little bit puppy fat come onto you. And a lot of it's water retention. You lose some of the firmness when you're not training as much. It goes a bit softer on your body. You get back into training, you tighten up on that nutrition, and honestly, you can feel better in a matter of weeks. You can feel better in a matter of weeks. But the longer you leave it, the more you feel sorry for yourself, and the more you think, I'll start next week, the harder it gets, the worse it gets, the lazier you become, the more your eating will slip. Have you ever noticed the less you train, the worse you eat? Have you ever noticed that? The more you're on it with your training, the better you eat. Sometimes when you stop training for whatever reason, you think, right, I've got to be better with my diet. You get worse. So when you're training properly, and great training in the morning, by the way, your metabolism fires up, you'll burn more fat, you're burning calories all day long, you just feel better, you're sharper, you're happier, endorphins are released, it puts you in a better mood, therefore you don't go into eating because you're a bit sadder. Yes, you'll still have down days, of course you will, but when you're training you won't have as many down days. So Amy, I can't give you any epiphany other than just get your ass back on it. Back up, but there's nothing else to say. Get back on it, okay? As soon as you possibly can, that's the only way. No magic pills, no magic potions. You want long-term results, you want that body to remain toned, slim toned. You just got to keep consistent. When you fall off the wagon, as soon as you possibly can, you get back onto it. Melissa, I've slipped over the past 10 days due to a hen and an illness. Me too, apart from mine was a stag, not the hen. I slipped for sure. So when I came back from my stag do, I only then had about, I think just under 2 weeks, and I took a picture, and like I said, I was feeling a little bit bloated, my belly was out just a little bit. Look, I know I'm not 16, 18, 20 stone whatever, I'm not saying, but we've all got our own levels, haven't we? So I'm just speaking about my level. I felt like my stomach was out a little bit. I just got back on it, came back from the stag do, I stopped the drink most of the time, still had a little bit here and there, and then I tightened up with my calories, I dropped my calories down, I was a good 10% under and I got back into my training, and bang! For my honeymoon, I took Cherie took a picture of me on a like a harbour thing, and I'm ripped. So you just got to get back on it. You can't get overweight and obese in a week or 10 days or 20 days. You can put puppy fat on, you can hold some water, everything can swell up a little bit, you can lose a bit of muscle quite rapidly. Often we lose muscle at a faster rate than we put muscle on. That can make you feel a bit crappy as well. It's not just the fact of putting fat on, it's the fact of losing muscle. It can make you feel squidgier and softer. So that can have an effect as well. So Melissa, because I saw the hen. However, do feel motivated to get back on it in the next couple of days when feeling better. Okay, when you've got the illness though, there's nothing you can do. Sometimes it can have the opposite effect. If you're too ill and keep trying to push yourself, you can push that immune system right down and you can get worse and worse. I've had a cough now. I'm so glad that about 4 other lads that have been on the stag do have got it as well. I've had a cough for since I got back off the stag do, which is about 3.5 weeks ago. Have you noticed I keep having a little tickler cough here now? So my training right now, I'm training, but I'm definitely not at 100%. Okay, so let's see. I need to sort out my screen so I can see you all better instead of using my phone. So Lindsay, I'm feeling with the discussion last night and this that it's giving me a kick up the bum to get as much in shape as I can before I go on holiday. Only have 2 weeks, but will try my best. Taking my gym gear away with me as well, so I come back motivated and ready to sort this out. Let's do this, come on. Lindsay, this is all part of the membership. This is what it's all about. A lot of people don't really realise this, but as a GymCube member, this is not just a one-off these last couple of days, okay? This is week in, week out. As often as I can, I'll get on here. You can ask me anything, I'll help you as best I can. If I don't know the answer, Lindsay, I always go away and try and find it for you. You asked me about exercise and I should know 99 out of 100 things that you asked me. You asked me about nutrition, I should know about 80 things out of the 100 that you might ask me. But we've got all the contacts, we've got nutritionists that we can speak to top level, we've got top level coaches that I've got to know all around the country. Need help with supplements that can help you with that. If you end up getting something like a little niggle or anything like that, we've got physiotherapists that we can talk to as well. So always try and help you as best as we can, okay? So you keep using these to help you keep motivated and keep on track. Melissa will definitely agree with that, good. Amy, I feel like this has given me a kick that I needed. We'll do my picks and measurements tomorrow and do the live class. Let's do this. Amy, I want you to say hello at 6:30 in the morning. By the way, the live class is not on Facebook. We're having battles with Facebook because of the music and everything. They keep banning us even though we've got licenses. We send them the license, we photocopy of it, and then a month later they say okay, and they put us back on again. And we've been down now twice for 3 and 4 weeks each time, so we can't do that. All the live streams are on the website. Repeat, all the live streams are on the website. Go to the exercise section, click on live interactive classes, and you will see there. Click on them, it'll take you to the live stream. If you're a member, you can't comment. Sorry, it's the wrong way around. If you're not a member, you can't comment. Only members can comment and interact. Non-members cannot comment and interact, okay? Melissa, I was really trying to sell this to my friends last night. The value is so good. Good, I'm glad. Right, team, I hope that's helped you. I'm just going to have a quick flick through the phone, see if I've missed any questions. I don't think I have, but excuse me, if I have, I'll come back and answer them. I don't think I have. So guys, I hope that helped you. Those of you who are training with me in the morning, I will be live. Cherie will be with me as well. She's back 6:30 in the morning. We will be warming up. We'll be warming up at 6:30 a.m. in the morning. So guys, I will see you then, okay? Thank you.